You were living in LA and you had fallen on hard times, and it was like, okay, I'm either sleeping on the street, I'm sleeping in my car, or I got to do something else. So you came to Mexico and you were living on like $450 a month and no official job. You had a few side gigs that you were doing. But what other ways have you seen people making money, like foreigners who want to come here? There's a lot of people who want to come here, but they're like, I don't know how I'm going to make a living. Sure, there's a lot of people who do like digital nomad stuff. Sometimes people can find a remote job, especially after COVID. There's more remote jobs available where they can work for a US company working from anywhere. But what else can you do for an income?
Yeah, well, that's a great question because a lot of people have that, they don't know how to make income and the whole digital space is not for them. Well, the reality is that you can just start your own business out here. That's it. It's as simple as that. And out here, you are encouraged to become an entrepreneur. Now, again, you can't do this on a tourist visa, all right? But once you get your temporary residency and above, you can definitely do this. And you don't need to go and start up like a, like have a brick and mortar, place. You can literally start it out of your own house. I know plenty of expats out here that do all kinds of things out of their house, whether they, they're cooking food and selling it to other expats or the Mexican community, or, they sell flowers and cactuses and, all kinds of things like that. And just so many other things, basically whatever it is that you do that you're good at, it translates well to here. Because again, as you know, from living in Mexico, everything is done in the neighborhood. So for example, I got this pair of pants that I'm wearing now that I just ripped a hole in earlier today. So now I got to take it to the tailor. That's a few blocks, from my house, and she's going to fix it up for me for, a few pesos. And
Yeah.
just like, all these places around the neighborhood, they all do something different. Well, you can offer something different as well to, your neighbors, your neighborhood, and whatever it is. I mean, seriously, it could be guitar lessons. It could be starting up a sandwich place. It could be, anything. And
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's what I'd do. I'd start with what I like to do, what I was good at. So, for example, I've seen people who moved here and they started working as massage therapists because that's what they were doing where they came from, or working with Reiki, or as a chiropractor, or some other gig where you can do it from any location, things like that. Also, someone who's a good baker who makes good gluten-free products. They start baking stuff and selling it at the local Tuesday market or the Saturday market, or whatever it is in your city. A lot of these cities have an organic market, sometimes various organic markets on various days of the week.
yeah, yeah. And, it's another great point. Like there's a lot of skills that, once you come to Mexico, you're like, man, why come they don't have this? How come this mechanic can't do this? Or how come that guy can't? So all of a sudden you have those skills and you can translate that, that out here and be like, well, wait a minute. I know how to, do this type of work and I speak English on top of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and just, things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. Again, Mexico's a booming economy. It's only going to keep booming. And there's a huge relationship with Mexico and the US. And, whatever it is you bring from the US, whatever custom, whatever, anything, they're going to love it out here. And that's the thing. Just start bringing it out here. Just like when, we're in the US and we love all the Mexican stuff. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah. So there's seriously endless options of ways you can make money. Just start with what you're good at and what you like to do.
yeah. And again, remember, you don't need much to survive. You can keep it as low as $300 a month, so, or 400, but still not
Mm-hmm.
much. And you can make it happen. But that's the thing. That's another thing too. I wanted to let people know is that you gotta want to make it happen. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, it's just going to happen and fall from the sky. No. And so, for example, when I came out here originally, I wasn't even thinking about visas or residency or legality or anything like that. I was
Yeah.
just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta find a place to land. I gotta find a home. I'll figure it out when I get there. And if you have that kind of mentality, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. But when a lot of people, they second guess, third guess themselves. They read 100 books, watch 100 videos, but they never make that final step. They never actually make it happen because they're always finding an excuse or scared or what have you. And that's the thing. And the most difficult thing at the end of the day is taking that first step. And then,
Mm-hmm.
everything else is easy.